For this tutorial, we're going to cover two reports. These two reports are similar, but slightly different in the information that they provide you. The reports that I'm going to cover today are the sales and customer count by hour within a date range, and the sales and customer count by department by day of the week. Both these reports are located under Advanced and then Customers. You'll see both report options under this menu. The primary feature in both of these reports is the ability to see sales and customer counts in 3-hour increments over the selected date ranges. The primary use for both these reports are to strategically identify sales patterns within a store or a department. You can discover unusual transactions. You can see patterns of sales and customers for optimized scheduling. For fresh departments, this is a great tool for production planning. First, let's review the sales and customer count by hour within a date range report. I'm going to begin by selecting my store. If you're a multi-store retailer, you always have an option to select more than one store. For the purpose of this training, I'm going to use store hierarchy. The store hierarchy allows you to view the department numbers that products were sold from. For example, in your store, Department 1 could be grocery and Department 2 could be dairy, and so on. My first selection in this report is to view all departments. This will allow you to see the total pattern of sales and customer counts for the entire store. The graph above allows you to quickly see the time of day the peak sales and customer counts happen. From a resource planning perspective, this is a great tool for cashier scheduling. Having the right coverage during the right time of day is critical to a great customer experience. The date range I'm going to look for in this store is for the entire week, but I can also be flexible in my date range selections. Here I can see, overall for the entire week, the peak sales time for this store occurs between 3 p.m. and 5:59 p.m. After 5:59 p.m., a new bar graph starts at 6 p.m. But what about weekend business in this store? In this report, I'm also able to select a single date, like a Saturday. The story is a little different now with just a Saturday selected. The bulk of the sales now shift from 3 p.m. to 5:59 p.m. to a time frame of noon to 5:59 p.m. Also note, even the 9 a.m. time frame increased a little as well. This store definitely wants to have balanced cashier shifts throughout the day versus loading up on the resources to support only evening business. Now let's look at a single department. This report can be especially useful for a department like deli. Sometimes stores get in the habit of having several people start before 6 or 7 a.m. in the deli department. Production planning is a critical step in having product available for customers as business increases throughout the day. However, it's equally important that there's enough people on staff to support servicing those customers as well. In this example, we can play with the date ranges to get a feeling for when the sales and customers begin to flow into the deli department. No matter what date range I select, we can see that the business does not really begin to start happening until the 9 a.m. time frame. Where things really begin to pick up is the noon to 3 p.m. time frames. Now that you're able to visually see this, you might ask yourself, is it better to have 3 people start at 6 a.m. or spread them out to begin at 6, 7, or 8 a.m.? It's very important to begin production and have product ready when customers come to shop, but it's equally important to make sure there's the right amount of staffing to support the business. Having 3 people end their shift just as the busiest part of the day begins to happen can place a lot of pressure on the other people working during these times. Additionally, there's a lot of risk of frustration if the customers are forced to wait for long periods of time. The right answer to this resides in each individual store, but this tool allows you to quickly identify areas of opportunity that you can take action on immediately. One special call out, the information below provides a view of the sales and customer counts for each 3-hour increment in the selected time frame. If you change the dates, the numbers change as well. The numbers are also reflected in the tooltip as you hover over the bar graphs above. Now let's take a look at the sales by customer count, by department, by day of the week version of this report. This report allows you to get a little more granular with the departments and their hourly sales. For size of data purposes, you are not able to select all on this report. Again, we will look at our deli example. Here, you can see the same graph as the last report, but the data below is much different. You are provided an hourly breakdown of sales and customer counts by day. You can narrow the scope of what you want to look at by day or days of the week, or you can get very broad and look at multiple weeks at a time. When looking at sales over multiple weeks, the daily and hourly sales will be combined versus averaged. One of the more powerful tools of SV Insights is the ability to export the data. Here, we have a 3-week time frame of sales and customer counts for a deli department in a store. Sometimes, you just need a tool to get you the information quickly, and then you want to use a program like Excel to explore things in a more granular way. All you need to do in order to do this is select down in the data area. Then go to this download option over here and select Crosstab. You will then be prompted to download this data as a file. Depending on the computer you are using, the downloaded file might appear as a selectable option within your browser, or it might be pushed into the Downloads folder on your computer. Once you locate the file, select it, and if you have Microsoft Excel installed on your computer, it should open. Now we can see an Excel version of the 3 weeks worth of data we were looking at in SV Insights. This might initially look like a lot of information, but depending on your role within a company or your comfort level with Excel, you can do a lot with this information quite quickly. What if I just want to know when the busiest times of the week are for customer counts and sales? In Excel, you can use conditional formatting to create a heat map. Simply highlight the area you want to evaluate and apply a conditional format. Now I can quickly identify the areas in red where I want to ensure I'm production and customer service ready. You could also add a row and do some quick calculations to understand average basket size. Then, using the heat mapping again, you can also figure out what times of day provide the best value in terms of basket size. SV Insights allows you to get at very specific types of data very quickly. This allows for quick and easy evaluation of mission-critical information that allows you to take action right away. Just to recap, the primary uses for both of these reports are to strategically identify sales patterns within a store or department. You can quickly discover unusual transactions. If you notice a deli hot food sale at 3 in the morning, you will quickly see it and be able to investigate if an item is improperly categorized in the pricing system. These reports also allow you to see the pattern of sales and customer counts for optimized scheduling. Whether it's at store level for cashier or the department level for deli, this is essential for resource planning. Additionally, for fresh departments, this is a great tool for production planning. You can ask yourself, is it best to have 3 people start at 6 a.m. or spread them out at 6, 7, or 8 a.m.? Use this tool to help you strike a balance between product planning and customer service for when the business starts to happen. At any time, if you have any questions about this report or any other reports, send an email to svinsights@supervalu.com.